I'm just walking home from the dollar store and from the bank. I just love this town. I like my little life, and I almost love it at times. I really do. I mean, I have definitely chose a path that seems to just unfold before me without me having to make a whole lot of effort to make it unfold. Now, does that sound crazy? Probably. Look at how cool this place looks. I just love the places where my path has brought me. And I mainly do as a play, I guess, on the day and age that we're in. I call it Noah Road. That's my path. Noah Road. Now, you don't have to be religious to buy the idea or the concept that we're in the ark building phase. So I don't care if people believe that or not. That's not the point. You know, there's something relevant to that story, and it is relevant to anybody and all people. I mean, we are definitely in a phase of human existence that is, I don't know, where it's like, you know, get your supplies, get your wood, you know, a flood is coming, and we need to kind of store what we've accumulated away and prepare ourselves for the possible extinction of many, many people of the whole human race. I don't know about extinction, that would mean nobody's left, but we're going through some pretty, we're getting ready to come into some pretty hard times, I guess. This path, oh, I love this. Where am I? I'm trying to see it in this video. Isn't that pretty, that river there? I just love the state of Pennsylvania. People have been good to me here. And like I say, the path that chose me has unfolded without a whole lot of effort on my part and has led me here. You know? Trust. There's so much trust in it. I don't take it for granted. Gratitude is really important too. You just got to be so grateful to be on Noah Road. The first and foremost is admit when you're wrong. Be willing to learn, even if it bothers you that you were wrong. And it's a blemish on your ego, whatever. And be really, really grateful. Always be grateful. Even with people that are kind of your enemy and, you know, you don't like them. They, look at that. That dog's crazy. I pass by here and then when he says that, these days he's gonna smash that glass. But anyway, I digress. I always wanted to say that. I digress. Doesn't sound intelligent. Look at how cool that looks. Yeah. I wish I was like somebody could really be a good vlogger. I'll have a thought for 18, 20, 30 seconds. And I'll just be rolling along, and all of a sudden I'll get distracted. And voila, what happened? Where was I? Where am I? I'm on Noah Road, buddy. We're in the ark building phase. Well, another month begins starting tomorrow. And so far, thank goodness, I'm still around. I like my little town. like the fact that they actually don't keep things up here. People would look at this and say, "Oh, what a dump." It's like, all right, I could see that point of view, definitely. But if the place wasn't kind of dumpy like this, then I wouldn't feel too comfortable walking through here. Everybody would be kind of really eyeballing me. That's what makes the areas that I go to really cool. There's no other homeless people here. Even though I'm renting an RV right now, it's pretty cheap. I can actually afford it. I'm most of the time homeless, you know, by choice. And I'm just trying to not be homeless during the winter. Anything could happen, and my little place to stay could come to an end pretty quickly. It's a cool looking tree. It's a holly tree. See all the pretty little red little whatever those things are. I guess that's cool looking. Yeah, cool. But everything can change. Anything can change. I don't have stability. I don't have stability. The only thing I have is trust. There's some things going on in my life where my spirituality is kind of in a slump, and but I still have a sense of trust, and I don't have a problem with the trust like I used to have. I mean, I would really bomb out when I had these little slumps years ago, and you know, spirituality just does not travel in a straight path. It's just never a straight shot, what they call like a red eye from one place to the other. It's just, there you go. I mean, it's ups and downs. It's a mountain range. You know, you are at the top for a while, you plateau for a while, you ascend for a while, and so forth. But there's also that descent. And instead of looking at it with defeat because you're not as close to the top as you were, best to just look at it as part of the process. And it's all beautiful, even when you're not doing so beautiful. Trust. Return to breath. And even if bad things happen, know that it's decreed from heaven. Hey, I see an Amish. There's a lot of Amish around here that do work for people. Amish Brothers Construction. They don't live there. Those people, I have to have some respect for them. Hey, how are you? Well, this is one small, part of the road in my life that I call Noah Road. And I'm sharing like a vlog for myself, but also for others. In a couple of months, I'm going to be back out on the road more than likely, barring some miracle, or barring, let's say, a unforeseeable accident or illness or tragedy. I mean, nobody's life is guaranteed. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. But that's part of the romance of life. It's part of the romance of spirituality. You know, the name. The word God is just that. It's a word. And it's an attempt to apprehend something that will always overflow the knowledge that we have of it. Sartre said the same thing about consciousness. And he also said the same thing about being in itself. So did Immanuel Kant. Sartre said that consciousness will always overflow the knowledge that we have of it. And he also said that all that we could say of being is that it is. Immanuel Kant in his Critique of Pure Reason from, I think, 1785, one of the greatest thinkers of all time. He said that all objects are divisible, but being in itself is impenetrable. So couldn't we say the same thing about the concept of God? It's not what it is. It is it's an attempt to apprehend something that will always overflow the knowledge that we have of it. All that we can do is ultimately reflect and know if we are on the right track or not. It's never going to reveal itself in entirety, or else it would be smaller than the creation. The creator will never be so small in comparison to the creation that it made. All that you could do is see its glory after it's already been past. And that's only going to come in bits and pieces. Like Kant said about being in itself. All objects are divisible, but being in itself is impenetrable. Anyways, it's just a little walk and talk down Noah Road to my 2, 3, 5, maybe 8 or 10 listeners, maybe 20 or 30. Maybe this video will actually become bigger than that someday. That would be pretty cool. Hopefully it won't be subject to a bunch of ugly criticisms and stuff like that. Look, this is just my road, man. It's not a claim, it's a practice, you know? So, some of this is just for me. I have a video diary. What if I died, you know? I'd like to leave a little something behind. I have a few people around the country that care about me. I want to keep up with something about me and what I think and what I feel. And since my life is geared toward levels of enlightenment, attaining to higher levels of it, this is a perfect forum or platform for me to use to keep track of my progress. I myself can keep track of it, and other people might keep track of it, and maybe some people that don't know me or never will know me might come across this video and some of my other videos, and maybe it'll just inspire them and give them something to think about. Well, anyways, I'm not claiming anything. All I'm doing is practicing, and this is my practice at the level of enlightenment that I have personally attained to. And I do consider a lot of other things. I do consider the fact we might not be as important as we'd like to believe. I do consider the fact that we might not actually be what we want to think we are. And I also consider the fact that all religion could be fake. So I don't want to be the type of person that goes in a street corner and spouts out a bunch of religious stuff, making fantastic claims. The only thing I can do is practice, and I can't look at the world and the universe and what I know about myself and others and through my experience and just say, there's nothing to it. There's more to it than meets the eye, and I'm sure of that. All right, with that said, Noah Road, over and out for now.